What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. I was gonna make an intro for this, but I was pretty exhausted. On the side, I just finished my first job. I'm actually about to go to my second job right now. But I haven't been able to really work on the 4Runner, mainly because I've just been off island for work. And then this weekend I'll also be off island again. So not much work hasn't really gotten done off scene or off the camera. But some things that we have gotten done, or not we, myself, is this right here. So we got upper radiator hose mounted with adapter for my cooling gauge, as well as a lower hose also mounted. For anyone doing this swap, if you go this route exactly the way I did it, now this is not a how to do a 3UZ swap, but if you were to do exactly how I did it, two first gen Tundra lower radiator hoses for the 2UZ will fit. You have to cut them in a couple of different places to make them fit, but they will fit. And they're pretty readily available from where I live. Toyotas are very popular. So that's the reason why I went that route. If I needed to get new hoses, I could just go buy a lower hose and it has all the right dimensions. You just have to trim them to fit. So, like my corny intro said, we're getting into some exhaust stuff today. Now this is just some exhaust piping that I got off of Amazon. It comes in a kit. You get 4 lengths. This is all 2.5 inch, by the way. You don't need 3 inch. You could put 3 inch, but I don't see the need. You're not. This is not big power, and it's also not a Honda Civic, because Honda Civics really need that 3 inch power for all that horsepower they're pushing, especially D16s. Anyway, so it comes with a couple 45s, and as you can see, I already started. And the reason why I started and I didn't actually record this is because I forgot. I'm used to actually just working on these trucks in my garage by myself, and I'm not used to recording, so it's probably why it's kind of awkward, the video, and it's kind of going all over the place for you guys. I apologize for that. But I stopped myself because I'm trying to work on this for like 30 minutes every day between my both two jobs. So if you can see here, there's different sections of pipe all welded together and tack welded. And the reason for this is I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a lot of money, or I don't have a lot of money at my disposal to just be buying all kinds of stuff whenever I need it. Ideally, you'd want a 90 here and just a straight pipe here and then your curves. However, I don't like to waste. So when I cut these right here, because this was actually 190 and another 90, I cut those, welded them up, made them fit, and then I used the excess to just lengthen the pipe. Now this is for the driver's side of the 4Runner. So also it's raining, which is great because I have to lay down in that to fit the pipes, which is also another great thing, is whenever I need to do exhaust work on this truck, it always tends to rain, which is cool because I get to lay in the rain. Perks of living in Hawaii, I guess. But anyway, you see the exhaust pipe, or the down pipe from the header, that's right there. So that's where that welds up. I'm going to go ahead and just put that on. I'll get you guys on a little tripod underneath so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. But this is going to go straight across to past the transfer case. Right when it passes the transfer case, it's going to take a quick 90. I'm going to join it where the stock exhaust used to run, because the gas tank is in that area. And another thing that I'm going to have is right when the two exhausts meet each other, I have this X pipe. It's pretty cool. It's supposed to make it sound better, I guess. I don't know. Usually I just dump the exhaust right after the header anyway, because the Land Cruiser is turbo. That's a dump straight right off the turbo. My Tacoma is turbo, that has a muffler, and it's also dumped right after that. So I don't really do full exhaust systems. I'm just too lazy. But this one I'm gonna try and do almost a full exhaust system. We're gonna run it straight pipe for now. And then if I feel that Jesus, I almost died right now. If I feel that it needs a muffler, I will go ahead, get a muffler, weld them on. So you guys are currently on the passenger side. I am laying down on a piece of cardboard that's slowly getting wet in the water, which is great. I'm also laying on a board. Sorry for your ears on that one. We're gonna just run this pipe in there. Real soft lac. Okay. And then I have like a little block of wood, or this sanding block that I'm using to support this whole setup here. Now once this is all set up nicely, right here you guys, this is the V-band here. Works freaking great. This is the best thing ever. Until you have to do them up in a really shitty spot, then it kind of sucks. But yeah, so let me just snug this guy off. Let this exhaust around here. For anybody wondering as well, I do have exhaust hangers. We are going to mount those once we get the exhaust mounted. Right now the exhaust is being supported on top of the transmission mount on the cross member. So for anybody wondering how it's being held up, I also have a little block of wood on the member, keeps it about a couple inches off. But anyway, we're gonna get our V-band tightened up over here. You can probably hear me in the camera fiddling around with this guy. Yeah, so this guy's a little bit off. There we go. Now this doesn't need to be astronomically tight. This is just to hold it there so we can get a good idea of where else we are going to be welding on this pipe. So let me bring you guys in closer over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This is from the driver's side. You know, one turn down here, another turn down here, comes around the transfer case. So I got about a 2 in the stink clearance there, or 2 in the pink, whatever you want to say. And then, as you guys can see, if I put it right here, match it up, that's not the goods. It's going right into there. This is why I keep spare parts when I cut it, because this is from original. This is originally what I was going to use for that, until I realized I needed a complicated turn down and another one and yada yada yada. This has a very slight angle on it. I just put it up to it right here, and that is going to be exactly what we need. So I'm going to get a V-band tack welded to this side here, and then we can weld, sorry about that. We can weld that guy on, and that'll be perfect. And yeah, let's get this tack welded on and clean this up. It was sitting in the dirt, like everything else in my house. It's just sitting in the dirt right now. But yeah, let's get that mounted up so we can plumb up the rest of our exhaust piping. All right, cool. So this is what we're working with here. Just gave her a little tack weld right there. This is a flux core welder I have at the V-band. I want to get that on there. Oh. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Let me show you what I'm doing. So here we go. We got 190. We have the second 90 right here, and that's the X pipe. So I'm gonna put something on there to hold that bad boy in there. Okay, it's not. All right, cool. Block of wood. Block of woods are your best friend whenever you're doing anything, really. Now we're gonna take our X pipe, put that guy in like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out. One thing I have to remember though is I need to put V-bands on this because I need to be able to take this guy out. Yep. We're gonna get this X pipe in there. I can feel my shirt getting wet. That's always a great feeling. Okay, now here's the tricky part. We want this bad boy. Oh man, my shirt is getting soaked right now, and that's super uncomfortable. So let me try and figure out how to get this guy stable. I think, oh, that works out perfect. So now that everything's all hooked up and we're all good to go, we're just gonna take a look, make sure we are happy with what we are seeing, and I'm pretty stoked with that. That looks like it's gonna work out pretty well. Let's get this shit done. This is a flux core machine. It is not a gas machine, which I wish I had, but unfortunately I do not. But that just shows that you can do this kind of stuff without one. Yeah, it won't be as pretty, but it's not a show car, you know what I mean? Today, I had to go to work, completely blanked out, didn't see the time. So I am back again. Once again, after this, I have to go back to work, but the rest of the exhaust is tacked in the truck. Made a couple of turn downs right there. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that. They're pretty janky right now. I'm gonna just clean these up, and then we're gonna tack these in there. Once they're all tacked into place, we're gonna burn it all in. I'm not sure if we can burn it all in today. That might be a finish it tomorrow kind of job. And then we'll paint it, because this is just regular mild steel. This isn't stainless steel. So rookie mistake again. I put it on time lapse to show cleaning these up, but I guess I didn't hit the record button. Anyway, so here they are, 2 turn downs. You can see it's like a little teardrop shape. A lot of times when you do a turn down, you'll make them a little bit lower, so it'll come out a little lower than this, and then you'll cut it. But I wanted this to be super low profile, so you can see it's pretty much like that's right. That's about it. That's how flat it is. Really, it doesn't have a big, I guess, bottom section you can like some of the other cars. I didn't want it to stick below the frame, so that's the solution I came up with. They're identical, well, as identical as I can make them with the equipment I have here. We are going to weld some V-bands onto this, and the reason for the V-bands on these, you might think, why would you put V-bands on this? Is I don't know if I'm going to run a muffler. So for the X pipe, it'll have a V-band. This will have V-bands, and then if I want to put mufflers on them, I can just take off the V-bands, weld V-bands onto my mufflers, and then just bolt everything back up. Then I don't have to re-weld anything. So that's the reason why we're gonna put V-bands on these. Kind of unnecessary, but I don't have mufflers on right now. I'm gonna run it straight pipe because we like to party. And if I decide that maybe I should have mufflers, then we can take it, just unbolt them off, and then bolt those back on, bolt these back on, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this under the car. Or actually, yeah, get the V-bands on, weld these up, do all that stuff, and then we'll go from there. Oh, shit. Hello, and bam, we are back from work. I just got done fixing a forklift. So this is the exhaust. I have all of the car, everything's all tack welded in like 3 or 4 different places. So we're just gonna get to welding this as much as I can. I do have to work after this again, so I'm probably gonna throw you guys on a little bit of a time lapse. I'm gonna watch some YouTube while I do this, or at least listen to it, and I don't want to get copyrighted. So yeah, we're just gonna lay down some janky ass welds and hopefully get most of this exhaust done, and then I have to go to work again, so you guys can enjoy me kind of welding this kind of good and kind of shitty. So I'll see you guys later, I guess. I don't know. I'll get the time lapse going. Hey everybody, so guess who forgot to plug in the mic? I did. So now you're gonna listen to a voiceover of me on this last section of video. This is basically the ending of this video. I was watching a little bit of Skid Factory while I was doing some welding here, but the exhaust is fully welded all the way from the downpipes from the manifolds all the way to the back of the X pipes to the dumps. Everything is welded. It's all painted black with high heat paint. And that's basically going to be the end of this video. I will see you guys next episode when we start talking about some alternators. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later.